Friends say she'll be missed. What they're telling us about a Central Kentucky teenager killed in a crash.
WKYT investigates how state corrections leaders are changing policies after an inmate escaped while being transported across Central Kentucky.
A dog is now recovering after being injured in what animal rescue groups call a growing problem across Kentucky.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening. Friends tell us she had a kind heart and a wonderful personality. Tonight, they're remembering a Woodford County high school senior killed in a crash.
Friends say 18-year-old Maddie Jackson died yesterday afternoon along Versailles Road in Lexington. They also tell us she had a love for swimming. Kristen Kennedy talked to some people on Maddie's swim team. It's our top story at 6.
Maddie Jackson was a Woodford County high school senior with her sights set on swimming at a collegiate level.
She was our team captain. She was also the athlete rep for Kentucky swimming. She was one of our hardest workers, and she consistently put her teammates first and encouraged others.
Coach Roger Kurt spent many hours taking the star athlete to competitions.
She was a kid that not only was extremely talented, but she did it with a lot of humility. In other words, she walked around and carried herself beautifully, regardless of how well she did.
Maddie's friends at Bluegrass Marlins are preparing to compete in a competition in Woodford County. It's an event that Maddie was preparing for, too.
She really lived life to the fullest. I know that's cliche, but through all the struggles she's had to go through, she's just overcome everything, and everything she does, it's 100%.
Friend Claire Goodrum was driving just a few minutes behind her on Versailles Road on the way to practice Monday afternoon. She says she'll always remember how happy Maddie was that morning thinking about her future.
On the way home from morning practice, we carpooled together. She was talking about Western the whole entire way home. That's all we were talking about was Western, because she had such a good time.
In Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
A fund has been set up for Maddie's family. You can help by donating money to the Maddie Jackson Memorial Fund at Citizens Commerce Bank in Versailles.
It caused some frightening moments across Central Kentucky. Last spring, police say an inmate escaped custody while being transported, then led police on a high-speed chase along I-64 before crashing. Tonight, a WKYT investigation has found a series of missed opportunities led to the escape. And as Sean Moody tells us, it may lead to some policy changes.
This is video of Kentucky State Police arresting Fabian Valentine after he escaped during a prisoner transport last May. An internal investigation by the Department of Corrections found there were several opportunities to prevent what happened. First, the report says the corrections officer transporting Valentine from the Eastern Kentucky Correctional Complex in West Liberty to Louisville for a court hearing failed to verify he had the correct date. After discovering the date was wrong, the report says the officer made 3 unannounced stops with Valentine on the way back to West Liberty. The first was at a McDonald's to pick up breakfast for the two of them. Then the report says Valentine asked to stop and use the restroom, but after stopping at a rest area, he said he could hold it. The last stop was at another rest area, this time along I-64 in Clark County, where Valentine asked to use the restroom again. The report says the officer told investigators he made sure Valentine was wearing all his restraints, handcuffs, leg shackles, and a belly chain before escorting him into the bathroom. That's where they say Valentine overpowered the officer and took his gun before stealing a car. The report says Valentine told investigators he had slipped out of the belly chain and didn't have it around his waist when the officer escorted him to the bathroom. The report recommends new training measures on restraints like the belly chain. The report also says the DOC Command Center was getting all of its information from local TV news broadcasts. They say the warden only contacted the state police post in Moorhead after hearing Valentine had been caught during a news broadcast. They recommend setting up a communication system between the agencies. Now, the report didn't say if or when any of these recommendations would be adopted. In Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
The report said officers should notify the correctional facility of any stops along the way. They also recommend packing food for trips that will extend through meal times.
Tonight, we are learning some new details about a threatening message found on the Eastern Kentucky University campus last week. EKU leaders confirm this picture shows the message found in Combs Hall. It says, quote, bringing gun to here to 11:15 dead students. EKU leaders will have increased security on campus tomorrow. The date listed on that message, they say they're still trying to figure out who wrote it.
At the present time, we are no closer to having a resolution of this case, although we have been pleased with the number of leads that we've received and we're pursuing right now.
EKU leaders say classes tomorrow are optional for anyone who doesn't feel safe. They say there will also be extra security at the Alton Brown event and the EKU Moorhead State basketball game on campus tomorrow night.
It's been a mystery what caused the death of a Montgomery County woman found along a rural road. Tonight we have an update. Investigators now think they know what led to Katrina Craver's death last month. As Victor Puente tells us, a grand jury will now decide if charges should be filed.
It's a mystery the sheriff's department believes they've solved. How did Katrina Craver end up in the road with massive head trauma? Their investigation could lead to criminal charges. Friday evening, January 30th, a driver came upon Katrina Craver lying in Nest Egg Road. Her family thought she may have been struck by a passing vehicle, but the Montgomery County Sheriff says that wasn't the case. He says Craver's boyfriend was leaving her father's home and she tried to get on the back of his truck.
We don't know if she was, on the tailgate of the truck. We don't know if she was partly in the bed of the truck, but we do know that she was transported from that driveway and at the rear of the vehicle. And we do know that she was thrown off that vehicle and her head hit the pavement.
Shortridge says Craver was chasing her boyfriend because the two had been arguing. After the fall, the sheriff says Craver's boyfriend drove on. Police say he told them he didn't know she was on the truck before he pulled away.
Each time that we've wanted to talk to him, he volunteered.
Craver's father said he didn't understand how anyone could not know when someone was on their vehicle. Whether he knew or not, her boyfriend could still be facing charges. The sheriff and his detectives will be meeting with the Commonwealth's attorney in the coming days before presenting their evidence to a grand jury.
What we're looking at right now is the possibility of reckless homicide, because reckless homicide is the cause of someone's death due to their actions.
Sheriff Shortridge tells me the grand jury meets next week. They hope to present their case then. If not, the grand jury will get it when they meet next month. In Montgomery County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
The sheriff says they do not suspect drugs or alcohol as factors in Craver's death. Richmond police have arrested a man they say caused a police officer to be poked by a hypodermic syringe. They charged 35-year-old Robert Wasson with wanton endangerment. Police say he was involved in a dispute on Irvin View Street and admitted being under the influence of drugs. Before being searched, police say Wasson told an officer he didn't have anything in his pockets that would poke or stick him. But police say the officer was poked by the uncapped syringe while searching Wasson's pockets.
Animal rescue groups call it a growing problem in Kentucky. They say they're finding more dogs left badly injured because of hunting traps. As Garrett Weimer tells us, one dog injured by a trap in eastern Kentucky is now being nursed back to health here in Lexington. It's a story new at 6.
Poor Trinity has been through a lot, and she still has a ways to go. But Amy Wade, a vet here at the Woodstock Spay and Neuter Clinic, says Trinity has improved in just the past couple of days of being here. These tired eyes have seen their share of suffering. Found in Floyd County, thin, weak, and pregnant, where she wandered into a law office missing part of her leg. Workers here think Trinity got caught in a trap, which also broke her leg. X-rays showed she also has a BB in her side. Sadly, staff here say they're seeing injuries like these more and more.
It's amazing that these dogs can be put through all this, and the pain and the suffering and everything else, and they still can lift their leg and greet you and everybody else that comes to see them and give a lick and give a tail wag. It's just amazing that these animals have such a gracious heart, even though so much has been done to them.
Spritzer says they want to get a prosthetic leg for Trinity, but the major hurdle is money. If you'd like to help out, you can reach the Woodstock Animal Foundation online or give them a call. In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Well, Trinity will soon be put in a long-term foster home where she could spend several months until she is ready to be put up for adoption. Construction of Lexington's Public Safety Operations Center got underway today. City leaders broke ground for the facility.
That new center will be built on Cisco Road off Versailles Road. It'll be put the police and fire call centers all under one roof. City leaders say it will also cut down on delays that a WKYT investigation uncovered 2 weeks ago. Call center documents say that dozens of 911 calls went unanswered for more than 50 seconds last year. The new center will also house the Division of Emergency Management and LexCall.
A bill that would raise the minimum wage in Kentucky is moving forward. After a partisan debate that went on for nearly 2 hours, the House passed the minimum wage bill by a 56-43 vote. The bill calls for raising the state's minimum wage to $10.10 an hour by 2017. The sponsor, House Speaker Greg Stumbo, says a wage increase would help the overall economy, but many Republicans say it would force some employers to cut jobs. The bill would exempt businesses which make less than $500,000 per year.